In the previous video, I have shown you how to use a Java function in a non-object oriented fashion. Although that's a great way to start Java coding, but as you will become a better Java programmer, you will realize that that is not quite the intended way to work with Java. Since one of the motivation of Java program is to enforce better design of the software, it is recommended to use an object-oriented way when working with function. However, in this course, that is in Java 101, we keep this object-oriented programming aside because that is the content of our Java 202 course. In this video, I am just going to show you the syntax how to call a Java function using an object-oriented fashion. But we are not going into the detail of it. And one more thing that I would like to announce at this point, that is some of the online compilers that we are using so far, they have really some limited features and they may not work with these multiple classes. So if you want to work with an hands-on experiences, I will recommend to either install the Institute's virtual machine or container or install an IDE in your own system. So now let us see how to use a Java function in an object-oriented way. So here, in order to facilitate the discussion, I have created two different classes. The first class is the name is my friend class, and there is a second class whose name is my class. And instead of defining the function Bob please add and void main inside the same class as before, I have just separated them into two different classes. This Bob please add function, I have included it inside this my friend class, and this main function I have written it inside this my class. Now when we are discussing about the object-oriented way, one difference you will see in the function implementation is I did not use the static keyword here. So static keyword is not very much encouraged in Java program. However, as I have mentioned, that's a great way to start working with Java and to kickstart your programming skill. But that is not a very recommended way. When you will work with the object-oriented programming, I will not recommend to use any static keyword in your function. So that's why in this example, if you notice, there is no static keyword here. So that is the only difference. Other than that, there is no difference in the function implementation. It is exactly same as before. Now let us come to this main function, which is defined inside this my class. Here, when you are working with an object-oriented fashion, then you have to declare an object of the class where the function is defined. So here the Bob please add function that we are going to use is defined inside this my friend class. So you have to create an object of my friend class. How to create that? You can follow this line of code. So first you have to use this my friend class, the class name, followed by the object name of your choice. I have used my obj. You can use the name of your choice, it doesn't matter. Just remember to follow the identifier rules. Then an assignment symbol, that is equals, followed by this new keyword, then followed by the class name, that is my friend class, once again followed by an opening and closing parenthesis. And this is how you can define an object of a class. In our case, we have defined an object named myObj of the class myFriendClass over here. Now we are going to use this myObj object to call the function Bob please add. How to do that? In order to do that, you have to use this dot operator over here. So the exact syntax is the object name, in our case it is myObj, followed by dot, then followed by the function name, and then followed by the argument list, that is 5 and 4.5, the number that you want to add. So the only difference is when you are calling the function, instead of just calling the function by name and followed by the argument list, you have to use this object name followed by this dot operator before calling the function. That's the only difference. And after that, after calling this function, you can easily store the function also inside a result variable, and in this line I have just printed the result. So this is how you can use a Java function in an object-oriented way. And again, this is just take it as a syntactical thing at this moment, because we are not going to the details of object and classes in this course. That's the content of Java 202. And well, if you want to run this program for a better hands-on experience, I will recommend to install this Institute VM or container, or install your own IDE in your own computer.